You talk about the confidence this offense is playing with right now, and you had that opportunity in the third with Steve making some plays where it's just you realize the moment you can take over a game and do it, and that's what this offense is now?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, obviously, we think we can beat you at the run, we can beat you at the pass, whatever you're going to give us. The openings, we're going to take them. I mean, Kelly's doing a good job of dialing it up, and guys are just communicating and executing it. But, I mean, even tonight, we left some meat on the bone to say. I mean, we left some plays out there and some. We want to finish that game with another touchdown on one of those last two drives. So I mean, that's just the expectation and the standard of this offense.
Amari played through a little bit today, hammy, and the Rivers talked about the type of game he played for you, especially on that touchdown catch.
Yeah, I mean, he's a fighter, resilient. Just obviously that he had the double move there and didn't get the bite I wanted on the corner. But I mean, I saw Amari Cooper up the sideline one-on-one and said I'm gonna give him a chance. I felt like I missed him in the Chargers game, so I told him I owed him and wasn't gonna miss him there. And I mean, he went and made a great play. Him one-on-one with anybody, I'm gonna take that matchup. And as you said, to play through what he played through, just to do it, whether it was blocking or whether it was just getting open, that just shows the selfless play of him and just this team.
Really quiet. It's 4 touchdown game you ever had. I guess 180 yards pass. You had a couple of runs, but.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't realize I didn't even break 200. Dang. But yeah, I guess so. I mean, but that's kind of the strength of this offense, getting the ball in these guys' hands, and you see what they can do afterwards. And then what Kellen's dialing up. I mean, the play to said, we took advantage of something that we did in the first half to come back and use it against them, and then Spring set open for that touchdown. Dalton later. Yeah, I mean, just being able to mix it around and get it in different guys' hands, and all of these guys are greedy. They know the next guy's going to go try to make a touchdown if they don't get theirs with their opportunity. So. As I said, that's the strength, and that's the plus of it.
How did it feel to run an open field? I mean, you had a couple of runs, 19 yards. How did it feel to be out there running?
Yeah, it felt good. I don't feel like I've moved that fast in a while. One of them I was trying to, should I get out of bounds? I think I can get some more. But, no, it was good. I mean, just doing whatever it takes to win. That's what presented itself on that play, and just had to go get it.
Showed you that ankle's fine, everything is
Yeah,
good.
I mean, I told you guys long ago before the season started, I wasn't worried about that. Wasn't thinking about that. I told y'all that I may have felt like I was faster because of all the work and all the rehab and everything that I've put into it. So, yeah, I mean, it's just about being smart with taking the hits. But I mean, if the run's there, I'm gonna take it.
On your second long run, it looked like the snap exchange wasn't clean. How key is that to you, not just to make the big plays, but also to avoid the negative plays and create?
Yeah, I mean, that's the whole point of me running. I just don't want negative plays. I mean, that's the part of playing this position is avoid the negative plays, live for the next one. And, yeah, at that point, the snap wasn't necessarily clean, but I was able to get it, still get my eyes up, checked 1 to 2, but didn't know if I had time to get to 3 or 4 and saw a lane and just took it. Yeah, and one got close to the first.
That was the play for the Chargers game that you mentioned with Amari. Was that the one that you pumped toward him on the left side? Does Amari joke about that, or you joke about him?
I mean, I joked about it. That was just like a pure reaction in that game. I mean, went and made the corner jump, and that's just me going through repetition. I know it's zone, and I know I've got a guy over the ball, and I saw him open as I went to reset the safety and just threw it to Blake, and then went and looked back and like, dang, Amari won, and he was open. So, I mean, I told him then that I missed him, and so after we got it today, I mean, just went and told him, hey, now we're even, so we're good.
Is that vintage Zeke today?
100%. I mean, I feel like Zeke's been himself. It's just been about the defense presenting the opportunity for him to go and do that and establish himself. But for him just to go out there and have the big runs, have some of those long runs, and he said one of them, he's like, I got to trust my speed. I'm like, 100%. You could have ran by that guy. Don't think you can't. You've got the speed. You've put in the work for it. But, yeah, it's just good to see him in the open field and him using his burst and yeah, excited for him and happy for him.
There was a stretch since you've been here where, like, Zeke had to have around 100 yards in order to be successful offensively as a unit. You had a stretch where you had to throw for 350, 400. How nice is it now that neither one of you has to be in that position every game in and game out?
Yeah, it's special. That's what you're looking for when you want to be the best offense and when you want to be balanced is you're going to do whatever it takes to win. And ideally, as I told you before, you go into the game planning to do both, planning to have a game like this where you don't have to do one more than the other. But if you're required to do that, you're going to do that. And whether it's me throwing a lot or Zeke running a lot, we're going to take advantage and we're going to do whatever it takes to win and help this team out.
We don't get to see the team drills portions of your practice during the season. What has Trevon Diggs been like during those portions? And has it looked like what we've seen on Sundays?
Yeah, that's awesome, right? Yeah, I mean, honestly, that's Diggs. I mean, some of these interceptions he's getting, I learned long ago in the spring not to try him on those routes and those plays. So when he gets interceptions, I almost laugh. Like, yeah, I understand. I go back to, I want to say last year training camp when he picked me off in back-to-back 2-minute drills, and I knew then that there's certain routes and certain concepts that you've got to know where he is, and you've got to know his position. And he's just a hell of a player, and he's going to continue to get interceptions just because of the way he studies, because of the way he goes about the game. He's an instinctive player. I mean, obviously he has hands. He's an old receiver, so he's disguising a lot of these guys, and then also just playing the best guy on the field. He's going to get the opportunity. So just proud of him.
Zeke and Gregory across the hall, they were talking about, a win is a win, but still need to close games out and we let them off the hook. Is that kind of an overall message as everybody's pounding on the window over there?
Yeah, I mean, I think they would want us to finish that a little bit better, but a win's a win. At the end of the day, it's hard to win in this league, and you're gonna take a win however you can get it. But to talk about our expectations and our standards of this offense, this defense, and just the special teams and the team that we can be, yeah, I mean, I'm sure the defense is pissed. They allowed some of those late touchdowns, and I know we're upset that we didn't capitalize on a few of those touchdowns. So for it to be a noon game, they're ready to go, huh?
Can you calm the crowd down?
I don't want to calm them down. I like it. We missed this last year. What are you talking about, right? Get going. Yeah, see? Look at that. I have to call a snap in this. Y'all can ask questions in this.
2 games home and the fans back, man. I mean, this has got to be great, right?
I mean, yeah, I mean, that's your example right there. That personifies it, just how great it is, the intensity, the atmosphere they're creating. When it's third down, the energy that they're getting loud after our big plays on offense. Like I said, after a year like last year, COVID, and people not being able to be here and enjoy this game, yeah, it's special. It's special to have them back. It's special for them to have that energy. And, yeah, I'm thankful for it, and I think everybody should.
You said Monday was a statement win for y'all. What does it mean now that you're 3-1? Do you view this in any kind of bigger context of what you guys can be?
I mean, no, I mean, we're 3-1. I told you guys that earlier in the week in the media. I mean, we've got a long way to go. This is a long season, and our expectations and standards are to be the best. And whether we're 3-1 or whatever the record is, it's about the next game. So we're going to enjoy this one. We're going to enjoy today, but we're going to get in tomorrow early and get our workouts in and prepare for next week.
You brought up the next game.
Yeah.
It's the Giants.
Yeah, for sure.
364 days, I think, from when you were injured. You think about that at all? What happened this week? That's all we're going to be talking about.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, no, I don't. But, I mean, obviously, if that's all y'all going to be talking about is going to be in my head, I'm not going to be naive and not think and say I'm not going to think about it. But I think just more than anything, it'll just be gratitude and just thinking about how much of a blessing the last 365 days or 64 days have been of going through that and overcoming that and becoming, as I continue to say, a better person and a better player. Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for it. I'm excited just to get back out there, and it's another game to me. I mean, whether the injury happened against them last year at home or not, that's something that I think every pregame, every game I think about, but just because of how blessed I am just to be back out here doing what I love. So whether it's a year from it now or in a couple of years, 5 years from it now, I'm not going to say I don't think about it because that's part of who I am.
Late fourth quarter, whole stadium knows that you guys are going to be running the football, still in your formative offense. You guys find a way to grind out the wins. How important is that if you want to win January football to be able to close out a team like that?
Yeah, that's huge. But it starts up front. Those guys are doing a hell of a job of creating lanes for the run game. And, I mean, as you said, when everybody in the world knows what's about to come and those guys are still allowing the running backs to get creases and to go get 4 or 5 yards, that's impressive. It's great. It's kudos to their communication, but more importantly, just them manning up and going and doing their job. And that's what we talk about. Each series is just one play at a time, but for them to finish it off, we're going to go as far as they push us, and they're going to set the tempo, they're going to set the standard, and all the plays will come behind them.
It's one win today, but when you talk about the building blocks each week, what did you learn this week that you didn't learn in the previous ones this season, or how is this building block different?
Yeah, I mean, just to be down a point going into halftime and then coming out of halftime and taking off in the third quarter like we did, that when we focus one play at a time, when we complement the defense's turnovers with touchdowns rather than a turnover of our own or a field goal, that's what it turns into. So just just keep learning from each game and taking the momentum. We just beat a good team right there, and just to take their confidence, to take their momentum with that victory for us moving forward is going to be huge.
What was halftime like? I mean, I know they go by quickly in the NFL, but what did y'all say to each other?
Yeah, I mean, it was a few adjustments from the coaches coming out, and I think you saw some of those on some of the touchdowns, as I mentioned to earlier. But it was more importantly us talking about just how much that we've put into this, going back to the spring, how much commitment we have for one another, how great we're trying to become, and this was a great opportunity for us to go portray it.
Trey, he's had 5 interceptions in his first 4 games. Reigning defensive player of the month.
I didn't hear the beginning. I'm sorry.
My bad. No disrespect. Is Trey the best corner in the game right now?
For sure. I mean, turn on the tape, watch what he's doing, watch the guys that he's following week in and week out. The best player. Yeah, for sure. And as I said, that's a guy that I've been going against since the spring, and I know the standard he holds himself to, and he's going to continue to get better. But yes, it's easy to see.
Calvin's got the last one.
Amari Cooper said you guys are building a culture around here. We haven't heard that in a while. What does that mean to you when you hear another veteran say that, especially when you got some young guys contributing?
Yeah, I mean, it's huge. He's a leader, and he's a leader of that locker room. He's a leader of his position group and a leader on the team. And just for him to speak on that talks about our whole message and what we talk about as a team, what we talk about as a group and as a unit is creating that winning culture. As I'm pretty sure Coach McCarthy's hit time and time again, maybe with y'all, and I know y'all saw it in the Hard Knocks, but we want to be the best, and we want to win, and we want to win late in the year, and we want to go play in the last game out in California. And so we got to continue to build on this culture week in and week out. No matter what situation we are in the game, we've got to lock arms and just trust our brotherhood and everything and all the commitment we've had up to this point, and continue to grow and continue to get better. Thank you, guys.